funding freezes that have been proposed in the last month by the current administration are sparking widespread confusion. Yesterday, the Washington Post reported that farmers are missing millions of dollars in funding they were promised by USDA, despite assurances from the Trump administration that funds to individuals would not be impacted during the federal freeze. Mr. Weinzierl, can you describe how USDA factors into the planning for your farm each year? And if USDA were to freeze funds that you expected to receive, how would that impact your current operations?
So we are not using any funds that have been freezed, but we have a lot of neighbors, and just reading media reports of other farmers, I can see where that is very impactful to them, especially with EQIP. There's many different types of practices within EQIP. A lot of farmers in Illinois maybe use it to start cover crops or something like that, where the variable costs are not as high. But in other practices where you've purchased equipment, or perhaps did major dirt work around waterways where you could easily have $100,000 or more dollars, it would be very devastating if that is not followed through.
Thank you. Well, I have heard from farmers in my district who have made necessary improvements so that they could qualify for these types of programs, and they made those investments on the front end with the assurance from USDA that if they brought their farm up to code on many of these different things, whether it was fencing or irrigation or solar panels or whatever, that they would then qualify for these programs. And now to see those funds dry up or be at risk creates a dramatic impact on them. Also, I mean, under that same vein, I've traveled and visited many USAID sites throughout the world. And one thing that stood out for me is those tiny peanut butter packets that address children with malnutrition around the world. Those packets that had the American flag on them and were saving the lives of so many children that were produced by farmers right here in America, in Georgia. I'm sure they are impacted by these cuts. That's all I have, Mr. Chair. I yield back.